Hey Chef, it's Mardi Gras Ma. Hey Chef, it's Mardi Gras Ma. Hey Chef, it's Mardi Gras Ma. She eating the country food and all, and you know she like the carnival, Creole and crunchy too. Mardi Gras Ma do what it do. Hey Chef, it's Mardi Gras Ma.
Hey, Shan, pull up a seat. Let's sit, laugh, talk, and eat. Yes, with me, Mardi Gras Ma. Yes, it is Black History Month, honey. So I'm gonna have a little soul food today. Got these delicious pinto beans with the little ground beef, lean ground beef at that, and some ham hocks. Look at that. Good old beans. And Mardi Gras Pa made those. And I have some cornbread, delicious cornbread to go with that. Yes, and some rice. Yeah, can you see that rice? Yes. And honey, this is some tea, honey. Some tall, sweet tea. Like Mardi Gras Ma, she's tall and sweet. Yeah, so what I want y'all to do is take just a little time and come and join me. I have this small clip. It's less than 5 minutes. Yes, it's about Martin Luther King when he was stabbed with a letter opener. I found it to be very interesting and intriguing. So I hope you will too. So come on and pull up your beans, your cornbread, and your rice, or any type of soul food you have for the month of February, and celebrate Black History with me, Mardi Gras Ma. Thank you, Chef.
You know, several years ago I was in New York City. It was a dark Saturday afternoon. The minute black woman came up, the only question I heard from her was, "You Martin Luther King?" And I said yes. The next minute I felt something beating on my chest. Before I knew it, I had been stabbed by this demented woman. That blade had gone through and the x-rays revealed the tip of the blade was on the edge of my aorta, the main artery. And once that's punctured, you're drowned in your own blood. That's the end of you. It came out in the New York Times the next morning that if I had merely sneezed, I would have died. After my chest had been opened and the blade had been taken out, from all over the states and the world, kind letters came in. One of them I will never forget. I had received one from the president and the vice president. I've forgotten what those telegrams said. I received a visit and a letter from the governor of New York, but I've forgotten what that letter said. But there was another letter that came from a little girl. Said simply, "Dear Dr. King, while it should not matter, I would like to mention that I'm a white girl. I'm simply writing you to say that I'm so happy that you didn't sneeze." And I want to say tonight that I too am happy that I didn't sneeze, because if I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1960. When students all over the South started sitting in at lunch counters. And I knew that as they were sitting in, they were really standing up for the best in the American dream, and taking the whole nation back to those great wells of democracy, which were dug deep by the founding fathers in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1961. We decided to take a ride for freedom and ended segregation in interstate travel. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1962. When Negroes in Albany, Georgia decided to straighten their backs up And whenever men and women straighten their backs up, they are going somewhere, because a man can't ride your back unless it is bent. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been here in 1963. Black people of Birmingham, Alabama, aroused the conscience of this nation and brought into being the Civil Rights Bill. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have had a chance later that year in August to try to tell America about a dream that I had had. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been down in Selma, Alabama to see the great movement there. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been in Memphis to see a community rally around those brothers and sisters who are suffering. I'm so happy that I didn't sneeze. Like anybody, I would like to live, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Into the mountaintop, preach, deliver the night before his assassination. Thank y'all, Shad, for watching that clip with me. Lord Jesus, I really appreciate that. It was a very touching moment in time. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and finish up these beans and rice and cornbread. Honey, if this is not soul food, I don't know what is. So it's enough meat in here that I didn't even have to get any more meat. So I'm just like good. So again, thank you, Shad. And if it's your birthday month, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary month, guess what? Happy anniversary. And you know how we do it. Hit that subscribe button, ding. Hit that like button, ding. Make those fancy, wonderful comments. Yes. And share. Yes, honey, share. Okay, then. And y'all know what to do with that notification bell. Beignet, baby, Lynette, and myself. What we always say, beat that notification bell. Grab that hat and beat that notification bell. Thank you, Shad. And happy Black History Month to you and yours. Thank you. Toodles.